Was her condition on Venus when she was brought by her parents on that planet. She was an old photograph dusted from an album, whitened away, and if she spoke at all, her voice would be ghost. So her personality, her face looked like a old photograph which is covered with the dust, and when she spoke, it seems that her voice was a voice of a ghost. Now she stood separate, staring at the rain and loud wet world beyond the huge glass. So there was a glass window, and she was also looking outside the glass window, and she was just looking at or staring at the raindrops. What are you looking at? Said William. Margot said nothing. Speak when you are spoken to. So William, he was very bullying kind of a boy, dominating. So he asked him, what are you looking? Then when she said nothing, then she said, when he again asked him a question, that if you are asked something, answer according to that. He gave her a shove, but she didn't move. Rather, she let herself to be moved only by him and nothing else. They edged away from her. They would not look at her. She felt them go away, and this was because she would play no games with them in echo tunnels of underground city. So their school, the city which was built by the rocket scientist to start a civilization on the Venus, it was the underground city, and in that tunnel, it was underground tunnels made of some material over there, and their school, their homes were under the tunnels. So when he moved her, when he pushed her, she did not react anything. She allowed him to push him, and they did not like him because she did not play any kind of a game with the other children. She didn't like the tunnels or her own life in the tunnels. If they tagged her and ran, she stood blinking after them and did not follow. Tag and run is a game. If other children tagged her and ran, she did not follow or she did not react. When the class sang song about happiness and life, the game, her lips barely moved. Only when they sang about the sun and the summer did her lips move as she watched the drenched windows. When they sang a song in the class about other things, she did not sing. But when the students sang about the sun or the summer, then she participated in the singing by looking outside the rain. And then, of course, the biggest crime all was that she had come here only 5 years ago from the earth, and she remembered the sun, the way the sun was and the sky was when she was 4 in Ohio. It is the name of the place where she lived on earth. It is the name of the place of her birthplace on earth. And she remembered that she was 4 years old when she was brought to the Venus. Other children were 2 years old. That is why they did not remember anything about the sun and the sky. She was 4 years old, so that is why she remembered everything about the sun and the sky. And they had been on Venus all their lives, and they had been only 2 years old when the last sun came out, and had long since forgotten the color and the heat of it, the way it really was. But Margot remembered. Other children, they were given a birth on the Venus, and they were 2 years old last time when there was a sun, so they did not remember anything. But Margot, she had a birth on the earth, and when she went to Venus with her parents, she was 4 years old, so she remembered everything. It's like a penny, she said once, eyes closed. No, it's not, children cried. It's like a fire, she said, in the stove. You are lying, you don't remember, cried the children. When she talked about these things about the sun, other children did not like her, and they said that she almost told a lie. But she remembered and stood quietly apart from all them and watched the pattering window. It means the raindrops which were on the windows. She had refused to shower in the school shower rooms and clutched her hands to her ears and over her head, screaming the water must not touch her. She was that much irritating from the water, because always there was a rain for 7 years on Venus. Children keep on looking at the rain. There was the sound of the raindrops, so it irritated her, and she refused. That is why she refused to take a shower, and she refused that water should not touch her. So after that, dimly she sensed it. She was different, and they knew her difference and kept away. There was a talk that her father and mother were taking her back to earth next year. It seemed vital to her. vital to her that they do so, though it would mean the loss of thousands of dollars to her family. So everybody came to sense that, everybody understood that she was different from the other children, that is why she behaved like that. And there was a rumor over there that her parents are taking her back on the earth, either it will cost them $1,000. And so the children hated her for all these reasons of big and little consequences. They hated her pale snow face, her waiting smile, her thinness, and her possible future. So why the children hated her? Because she would go to the earth, because she remembered few things about the sun and the sky, because her face and her ignoring behavior towards the children, she didn't participate any kind of a game. All because of these things, other children hated her. Get away, the boy gave her another push. What are you waiting for? So they all were waiting for the sun. She was also there, but the boy pushed her and asked her, don't wait for the sun. And then for the first time she turned and looked at him, and what she was waiting for was in her eyes. Through his eyes, through her answer, she gave through her eyes she gave an answer that she was also waiting for the sun. Well, don't wait around here, cried the boy savagely. You won't see anything. Her lips moved. Nothing, he cried. It was all a joke, wasn't it? He turned to other children. Nothing's happening today, is it? They all blinked at him, and then, understanding, laughed and shook their heads. Nothing, nothing. So they started interacting, all the other children started interacting with one another, that nothing would happen today, nothing would be in the sky. Oh, but Margaret whispered, her eyes helpless. But this is the day the scientists predict. They say they know the sun. But Margaret said that today the scientists have predicted that there would be a sun. All a joke, said the boy, and seized her roughly. Hey, everyone, let's put her in the closet before the teacher comes. No, said Margot, falling back. So they started pushing her to lock her in the closet before the teacher comes. But Margot insisted them not to do so. They surged about her, caught her up and bore her, protesting and then pleading and then crying, back into the tunnel, a room closet where they slammed and locked the door. They stood looking at the door and saw it tremble from her beating and throwing herself against it. They heard her muffled cries. Then, smiling, they turned and went out back to the tunnel just as the teacher arrived. They keep on pushing her, but Margot keep on protesting, pleading and crying. But they through the tunnel, they took her to the room and then closed her into the closet, under the closet, and locked the door. They stood outside, listened her crying and shouting and her beating to open the door, but they did not bother. They smiled and then they came back to the place where their teacher has told them to stand. Ready, children? She glanced at her watch. Yes, said everyone. Are we all here? Yes. The rain slacked still more. They crowded to the huge door. The rain stopped. So she told the children to get ready, and then they reached near the door, and then the rain stopped.